Hello and welcome to Stage 2 of ZRL Season 3. Today we are doing a points race on the Douce France course. Nice, interesting race today. Going to start with a series of rollers early, then a quick sprint, as then we lead into the Aqueduct KoM, followed by the Pave Sprint, and bringing it home with the Marina Sprint at the end. All three sprint sections and the KoM are first cross line and FTS. FTS will be the first 5 riders and FAL is the top 20. So lots of points on offer along with the points at the finishing line. So this will be my first non-team time trial in the BCAT team. My goal for today is just to try and hang on to the front group as long as possible and go for finishing position points, maybe put in a surge or a little bit of an effort at the first sprint, and then definitely save everything for the Aqueduct, because I do not know how hard the climb is going to be with the BCAT guys, so I definitely want to try and keep as much energy in reserve as possible for that. So with that said, let's get racing. Here we're about 100 meters out from the first sprint. I'm trying to stay near the front of the group because I do expect a big surge. Don't want to get caught behind any splits if people don't go. I am feeling reasonably good, so I do put in a little bit of a dig, especially since I'm near the front. And I know the FAL is for the top 20, so I definitely want to try and grab some points there since I am in a good position. Managed to finish, I believe, 12th or 11th here. So really happy with that. Unfortunately, I get the ghost power up, which is really just utterly and completely useless for my plans for this race. So a little disappointed there, but really happy with the FAL position. So here, about 9.6k into the stage, we see a little burst from a couple people at the front that really starts to string our main group out. A little surprising, the Aqueduct early climb doesn't start till 10.2, and then the Aqueduct proper doesn't start till 10.8. So this is definitely, I think, an effort to try and wear some of the group out and line things out before the climb proper. Fortunately, I am able to stay with the main pack here, so I'm not too concerned leading into the Aqueduct KoM climb. So again, definitely been a pretty intense race so far. Legs are still feeling it from that sprint, so I'm trying to avoid any aggressive surges to stay with this group. I want to try and keep it as managed as possible. here we have the Aqueduct proper KoM. With the Ghost, I'm not really confident of going for any FAL or FTS. Here's the goal again, just try and keep as near to the front as possible. Don't lose any of the wheels. I burned the invisibility power up here just to get it out of my pool, so that when I go through the banner I can get a chance for hopefully the draft van or the arrow. So I'm just kicking it across the top here. Maybe on another day I could have kicked a little harder and maybe snatched one of these last few positions for FAL. But to be honest, at this point, survival was my main priority. A few gaps do open up on this descent, so I do have to put in a little bit of a surge. I'm definitely struggling here. You can see the heart rate's pretty high. But I do manage to get back with the front group in advance of the coming sprint, which I believe is the Pave Sprint. Here we're at the Pave Sprint, which is a 330 meter sprint on the Pave. My goal here is just to stay with the group. I had to burn my arrow power up that I got through the Aqueduct to get back to this group, because I did lose a few wheels just coming over the crest. I'm not trying to sprint here, just stay up with the group. Probably should have put in a little bit more effort here. I do kind of let the wheels go. Fortunately, I think most everyone else is also incredibly worn out at this point, so we are able to surge back into the wheels for the main group here without too much energy being expended. So pretty happy with positioning here going into the long flat stint before the finishing sprint. So right here with 3.3 kilometers to go, you can see this rider has popped an aero power up and has sprinted off the front and created a bit of a gap, actually a pretty significant gap here, and no one's really particularly interested in chasing him. This is a pretty strong move with 3k to go. There's a lot of pressure now on the group to surge to close that gap down. It's certainly not going to be me doing that at this point. I am just hanging on here. But yeah, so strong, powerful move by him. That could be the first place gone with that attack. So we'll see how things develop going into the final kilometer. So 800 meters to go in the race, and it started to line out. The rider that attacked earlier is still off the front, but I believe he's going to be swallowed up with the surge and the sprints that are to come. I'm again just trying to hang on here. My legs are pretty gassed, don't really have any kick left, so I'm just trying to use this arrow to get in the draft, keep with it as long as possible, and maybe pick off a few people towards the end as they flag with maybe a little bit of a kick if I can find it. But top 20 for FAL is definitely on the table here. There's only 24, 25 riders in this front group, so it's definitely there to grab. So I'm going to try and do my best to get as many points as I can for the team here. You can see I've put in a little bit of a dig here. Not very much in the grand scheme of things, but it is enough to help propel me into the top 20 so I can get some FAL points, as well as a decent finishing position of 17th in my first Cat B race. Really happy with how the race went. It was hard, but yeah, lots of fun. Looking forward to the scratch race next week. Thank you.